What if I told you SoFi just shattered expectations, broke through a brand new 52-week high, and might be gearing up for its next big leap? Yes, you heard that right. SoFi Technologies is on fire, and today we're diving deep into why this stock has been making such explosive moves, what's driving investor excitement, how analysts are shifting their price targets, and most importantly, where it could be heading next. Stick around, because this could be one of the most important updates you'll hear if you're holding SoFi stock or considering jumping in. Hello everyone. Welcome to Daily Stock Update. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads, and also enter our giveaway. But before that, alert, this is not a financial advice video. So let's start with the big headline. SoFi recently surged to a fresh 52-week high of $28.58, closing the day up more than 35% in the green. That's a huge psychological milestone, and it's got both retail traders and institutional investors paying close attention. Now, the broader market itself has been full of energy. Investors are still digesting Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's recent remarks, which left markets in a cautious but optimistic mood. On top of that, a blockbuster partnership between NVIDIA and Intel sent a wave of momentum through growth stocks. That momentum created a rising tide, but SoFi's sharp move higher wasn't just about the market. It was fueled by fresh analyst coverage that caught a lot of people's attention. Here's what happened. Early in the day, SoFi got hit with a brand new price target from an analyst with a 53% success rating. The new target? $31 a share. That's right, higher than anything we've seen so far. And just like that, SoFi's stock took off. This is something I've been saying for a while. Analysts often wait until a stock has already climbed 40-50% before they start upgrading their ratings. They chase the momentum, and once one analyst raises their target, others usually follow. Now we're seeing the consensus shift, with multiple ratings creeping into the $30+ range. But here's the kicker. Even though the average analyst target still sits around 20.61 cents, which technically implies a downside, those older ratings are quickly becoming outdated. As more analysts adjust their models to reflect SoFi's growth and strong fundamentals, we'll likely see that consensus rise higher. Now let's talk macroeconomic data, because this also played a role. Earlier in the day, jobless claims and the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index both came in better than expected. That gave the market confidence to rally, especially after the Fed's recent 25 basis point rate cut. Right now, positive economic data is finally being interpreted as positive again, instead of the twisted logic we had earlier this year, where good data was seen as bad for rate cuts. That shift is another reason SoFi had the wind at its back. But not everything was sunshine. Insider activity raised some eyebrows. SoFi executive Jeremy sold about 98,000 shares, on top of a recent sale just a few days ago. And this wasn't a tax-related transaction. It was a straight sell. Insider selling isn't always a red flag, but when the stock is running hot, it does make investors pause and wonder what management sees ahead. At the same time, short sellers made a surprising move. They increased their positions by 1.22 million shares, breaking a trend of declining short interest. Why? Likely because they want to keep SoFi capped below certain option strike prices. For example, the $28 level is huge in the options market, and if SoFi can't push past it, a ton of call options will expire worthless. Shorts want to keep that lid on, but given the strength we're seeing, that battle might not go their way for long. Now let's touch on something subtle but powerful. SoFi CEO Anthony Noto made a quiet but meaningful statement recently. He commented on a discussion about the future of payments in the U.S., credit cards and debit cards possibly being replaced by alternatives built on stablecoin rails. While names like Apple, Amazon, Google, Coinbase, and others were thrown into the mix, Noto reminded everyone that having a national bank charter gives SoFi a major competitive edge. He didn't directly say, "We're leading this space," but the implication was clear. SoFi is positioning itself to be a serious contender in the future of financial payments. Let's shift to the numbers. Over the past month, SoFi is up 20%. Over the past 6 months, it's up 128%. That's monster performance, and technical indicators now suggest the stock could push into the $30 range in the near term. Options data supports this. Today we saw $100 million in call volume versus just $14 million in puts, with nearly half of all contracts being bullish. Net premiums came in over $12 million on the bullish side. That's a clear sign of confidence. Looking at open interest, the hottest strike levels are clustered between $28.50 and $30. In fact, we're even seeing new strike prices added up to $40, which suggests market makers believe those levels could be in play. That's a very bullish sign for the medium term. On the flip side, bears are targeting levels below $27.50, but with SoFi holding steady above $28, their thesis is on shaky ground. Secondary market activity has also been incredible. Huge institutional buys have been coming in, some even paying above the ask price just to secure shares. We're talking multi-million-dollar transactions, 4 million, 7.7 million, even blocks over 20 million shares. That's not retail traders, that's big money making aggressive moves to get in. Volume confirms the excitement. More than 71 million shares traded today versus the average of 65 million. That's a clear sign SoFi is on the radar of both institutions and hedge funds. And while some shorts are hiding their activity in the dark pools, the buying pressure on the open market has been overwhelming. Technically, SoFi blasted through a key resistance at 27.96 cents. That level now flips into strong support. The next target on the table, $30.25. While it might not happen tomorrow, it's definitely within reach over the next few sessions, especially if more bullish analyst ratings come in. And honestly, at this point, it seems like only a matter of time before that happens. So to sum it up, SoFi just hit a 52-week high. Analysts are racing to catch up with its real value. Insider sales created a bit of noise. Shorts are trying to fight back, but the data overwhelmingly shows bullish momentum. Between technicals, options, secondary market buys, and the company's long-term position with its bank charter, the future looks very bright for SoFi. The key here is patience. If you've been holding through the ups and downs, you know how far this stock has come. And based on everything we're seeing, this story is far from over. Friends, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about today's video? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.